Good morning, 7th graders. It's me, Mr. Stark. It is Thursday, and today I'm going to go over a PowerPoint to help you, to enable you to be able to fill in this um, structure and function T-chart. On this structure and function T-chart, we have a number of cell organelles. These are parts within the cell, and then we want to learn about how or what their function, their job, their responsibility is within the cell. First of all, I want to just discuss how this T-chart is laid out. So if you start up here at the cell membrane, you go down to chromatin, Golgi bodies, vacuole, and you keep working your way down. All of these structures right here are found in animal cells and plant cells. Okay, so when you get down to the bottom, though, there's two more: the cell wall and the chloroplast, and those are only found in plant cells. So the ones at the top are found in both plant and animal, and the ones at the bottom here, unlisted under plant cell, the cell wall and the chloroplast, are only found in a plant cell. So I'm going to click over to the PowerPoint now. The PowerPoint is, first of all, there's a comparison of an animal and a plant cell. And then we talk about the three parts of the cell theory, okay? And the first part is that all cells come from other cells. So in order for a cell to be generated, it is copied from another cell. Number two is all organisms are made up of one or more cells. And number three, the cell is the basic unit of structure and function of an organism. Okay? So here what they do when they start is they have two cells, one's plant, one's animal, and then they show you that in the plant they have a cell wall. Animal cells do not have a cell wall. And then on the next slide it tells you, it says that a cell wall is found only in plants, and their function is to support and protect the cell. The cell wall also enables as far as the support, enables the plant, the tree, the flower to reach for the sun. And then at the bottom of that slide, we're using this and we're comparing a cell to a school. So what would the cell wall be represented by in a school? And that would be the walls. Okay, our next um, structure organelle is the cell membrane. Okay, both animal and plant cells have a cell membrane. The cell membrane's job is to allow certain materials in and out of the cell. They control what goes in and out. We'll be doing a lab with diffusion to kind of show you how this works early next week. So what controls what goes in and out of the school? That would be the doors and the windows. Next is our cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is a liquid portion inside of the cell. It's where all the other organelles float. And it's, the amount of liquid kind of gives cell pressure within the plants to help them stay rigid and grow towards the light. And then also in the animal cell, the cytoplasm, the liquid portion of the cell, has a big function into just how well you function. Okay, and so in a school, that would be like the air in the school. Our next organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and that's this little folded membrane thing with the little dots on it. The endoplasmic reticulum is it's a system that moves materials around. It's a transport system for the cell. So when certain proteins and things are made, they need to get moved around, and that is done by the endoplasmic reticulum. And so as we compare this to a school, that would be like our hallways. It's our transport system. It's where we move from room to room. Our next organelle is the ribosome. Okay, a ribosome are these little black dots on the endoplasmic reticulum. They're a lot of times they're found in other places too within the cell, but their job is to make proteins. Okay, proteins are really important for cells, and then if we compare that to the school, um, that would be our cooks. So the ribosomes would be the cooks. Our next organelle is the nucleus. The nucleus is the control center. That's this big thing in the center of the cell, here and here. It's a control center. It directs all the activities within the cell. It tells what proteins need to be made. It sets it up so when it needs to reproduce or copy itself, those things are all controlled by the nucleus. And they also, in the nucleus, is where your chromosomes are housed. Your genetic material is contained. So, where's the control center within the school? That would be the office. The next thing that we are going to discuss here about the organelles would be the nuclear membrane. That's a membrane that surrounds the nucleus, and it, just like the cell membrane, it controls what goes in and out of the nucleus. And again, this would be probably our doors and walls to the office. So the office is like the nucleus, the control center, and the membrane, the controlling portion of what goes in and out of the office, would be the doors and the walls. Chromosomes. Chromosomes are the genetic material within the cell. They are your DNA. Every cell has a complete set of chromosomes in it that have all the information about you. And chromosomes determine your heredity. They contain the DNA, and DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. So, in a school, that would be our office staff, the principal, and the secretary. Those two people really have a lot of influence on what goes on within the building. Our next organelle is a vacuole. A vacuole is a place where there's a lot of storage done. So you can see that in the plants, vacuoles are a little bit bigger than they are in the animal. They're quite a bit more important in the plant, just because they store water and waste and food. And in a plant, if you are not having enough water, the cells become kind of wilty and limp, and so therefore the plant can't reach for the sun to make its food. So that's rather important for that. And in an animal cell, the vacuole, the storage of water, is also quite important there. Most people and organisms do not function very well when they are dehydrated. So after the vacuole, we have the mitochondria. The mitochondria, these are these little bean-shaped things here, and they have little convolutions. If you look at my hands on this, that kind of go together like this, and what they do is that same kind of thing happens in your stomach, and the purpose of that is to increase the surface area. Mitochondria, their job, once you take in food and that food goes to your bloodstream and then your bloodstream brings it to your cells, the food gets broken down in your stomach in something that can pass into your cell, but it's still not in a form of that your cells can use. So the mitochondria take over here, and their job is to they're the powerhouse of the cell. So they take the broken down nutrients that you put into your system, into your body, and they turn it into adenosine triphosphate, ATP, and that is the form of energy that your cells can use. So mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. They produce energy for the cell. And so in the school, that would be the generators and electric power supply company. Our next organelle is the chloroplast. The chloroplast is only found in the plant cell, chloroplasts contain the chlorophyll that is used to absorb the sunlight for photosynthesis. So these are very important in the making of food for a plant. Their chloroplasts are only found in a plant. So they contain chlorophyll, food-making centers, photosynthesis. They're found only in green plants, and that would be the kitchen. Lysosomes is our next organelle. Lysosomes are responsible for removing waste from the cell. And in a school, that would be the custodians and the cleaning people. Golgi bodies are they are the packaging centers within a cell. They will package proteins up and they'll move them around to different parts of the cell as they are needed. So in the school, that might be the UPS or the mail person that comes, a secretary or a student volunteer that runs things around in the building. And that concludes what we have for organelle. So that should help you fill all the little structures and functions within the T-chart that I'm having you fill out today. So hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any other questions, you can send me an email or we'll talk in class. Talk to you soon. Bye.